I've had elderly people and those up in age say to me before that they wish there was more conversation regarding their age group in the area of self-defense. And in this video, I want to share 3 tips for the elderly or those up in age with regards to self-defense. Stick around. No matter who you are or how old you are, you still have the right to protect yourself. And if you're still out walking around, then self-defense is still a very important subject for you as well. Self-defense doesn't have to be a conversation that just exists for those who are still young enough to go into the UFC, man. This thing's got to be for all of us. The truth is we're all aging, and what I'm going to be talking about in this video is going to be relevant to all of us at some point in time. The reason why I say elderly and up in age is because you don't have to be an elderly person to start feeling like you're losing strength and losing abilities and feeling tired. That's just what happens over time. But if that applies to you, the good news is you're not out of the game. The game has just changed. And I want to share with you 3 tips to encourage you and prepare you. Number 1, it's always important to be aware of your surroundings, but as you get older, it's all the more important. A person who is young in age may not be aware of their surroundings, but may end up being fortunate enough to fight their way out of a situation. When you get older and you don't have the same strength that you had when you were young, it's even more important to just not be in those situations. Awareness becomes even more important over time because you just don't want to be in these situations to begin with. So number 1 is simple. If you had good awareness before, just let that increase. I have to say this though, because a lot of people believe that if you have good awareness, then that just takes care of everything. And that's just not true. You can be minding your business, on top of your game, aware of everything around you, and things can still go bad. It happens every day. Number 2, don't underestimate your abilities, but don't overestimate them either. Let's first talk about underestimating your abilities. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean that you're not capable and that you're not strong and able to take care of business. There's a reason why we talk about things like old man strength. And trust me, there's old woman strength too. It's a real thing. There's a certain strength that comes with getting older. If you underestimate your abilities, you will carry yourself like a victim. I walk past older people every day that I wouldn't want to mess with just because of the way they carry themselves. Underestimating your abilities and carrying yourself like you're a weak nobody can make you an easy target, and that also taps into a lack of proper awareness. Another thing, you'll be surprised how strong you can be even in your old age if you work hard to try to take care of yourself. You should try to work out and take care of your body as long as you can. I've seen plenty of situations where the younger person was no match for the older, so don't underestimate your abilities. At the same time, you don't want to overestimate your abilities. There is a reason why athletes retire at a certain age. Our speed, our power, our explosiveness, it does diminish over time. And although we can be strong in our old age, we've also got to be aware of our limitations. There are things you may have thrown yourself into at age 32 or 33 that you should maybe reconsider if you're right much older. Another thing that I have noticed about those who are getting older is that they may have short bursts of great strength and ability and energy, but their endurance is not what it was. And if you're older and you're dealing with a much stronger assailant, it is what it is. You're totally at a disadvantage, which leads me to my next and final point. And that is our everyday carry items, the things that we can use as an equalizer. Again, the last place we want to be is in those situations, but if you are in the unfortunate situation of being attacked and there was little to nothing you could do about it, an equalizer is a very important thing. And once you identify the equalizers that are available to you or right for you, you got to work to become proficient at those things. In a lot of martial arts demonstration videos, you'll hear a lot of older guys come along and say, you know, I can't do this stuff anymore. That's why I carry my pew-pew with me. And there is a great measure of truth to that. I think we all need to carry equalizers with us, but As we get older and as time slips away and we lose the ability to tap into that physical option, we really do have to start thinking about getting good at using things that increase our survival. So I want to say this to all who would consider themselves elderly or up in age. You don't have to feel like a walking victim everywhere you go, and you don't have to feel like your day is come and gone. It's just changed. And if you are still thinking about stuff like this, that tells me that there's still a fire on the inside of you. I would encourage you to take care of yourself and stay healthy and strong as long as you can. Being young doesn't guarantee our safety more than anything else. We're all getting older, and this truth is important to all of us who care about self-defense and protecting those around us. In an upcoming video, I'm going to be talking about danger zones, places where things are more likely to go down, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. I just want to conclude by saying to the elderly and those up in age that, number one, awareness is more important than it's ever been. A good sense of awareness will probably keep you out of 99.9% of situations. Number two, don't underestimate your abilities and don't overestimate your abilities. Just take care of yourself, stay strong, and know your limitations. And number three, take a look at your everyday carry options and those equalizers that you can carry around with you, and make sure that you know how to use those things. Is this a topic that has crossed your mind or something you've thought about from time to time? I'd love to hear your perspective. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.